Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon, and I apologize for the echo in the audio. We're moving into the new studio. I don't have everything soundproofed yet, and we don't have all the furniture in here, so it's a little empty. Gonna try to take care of that in post, but yeah, if you hear some echoey audio for the next couple days, that's what's going on. I'm gonna talk about the PS5 shortage. The rumored shortage of PS5s. Is this going to be like the chip shortage back in the 80s when Nintendo supposedly didn't make enough Super Mario 2 and Zelda 2? I don't even know if it's a real thing. I don't know if the chip shortage was real. I think they were just trying to drive sales, right? That's what I think was going on. And we're going to talk about the overabundance of The Last of Us Part 2. God, this thing is just clogging up all the shelves all over the place. Pretty unreal. I'm seeing all kinds of pictures, including this one from Black Sage D. Again, a good follow on Twitter. But I'm looking at a lot of these pictures, and it's like, look at this. Look at this. Smoking Caterpillar, Ghost of Tsushima, and Last of Us Part 2 just clogging the shelves. It's been on sale already. It's been on clearance already, and it's only been out a couple of months. Now, I guess it did sell fairly well, but it's pretty forgettable. But what most people are going to remember about this game is probably the drama surrounding it. So we'll talk about that. But first, I think we're going to talk about the PS5, potential PS5 shortages at launch. Because of course, we're not going to make enough of these. And they're citing supply problems and all of that. And I think it looks weird. I think it looks like Marvin from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy if he were a console. I don't know. I'm not really sold on it. I think it looks freaking weird. Anyway, Kotaku Australia, brace for potential PS5 shortages at launch. Sorry to tell you, scalpers are going to be real happy. We could be in store for a truly 2020 mess in the form of PS5 shortages, with Bloomberg reporting that Sony is being forced to reduce the number of PlayStation 5s produced this financial year from 15 million to just 11 million. Only 11 million. The company originally boosted production in July to meet heightened demand caused by people gaming during the pandemic and strong sales expectations for the holiday season. Maybe they don't want the PS5 clogging the shelves like Last of Us Part 2. I don't know. I think a lot of people are actually kind of excited by it. I don't know. It looks better than the Xbox. It looks better than the Halo. That's for damn sure. But hopes of finding a PS5 under the Christmas tree might be dashed for some reason because of the low yield rates of Sony's system on a chip. A chip shortage, just like Nintendo, which is said to have yield rates as low as 50%, meaning that for every good chip made, one is just a beautiful failure. Can you imagine the PR backlash if they ship machines with failing chips? I could totally see them doing it too. Sony's SoC being made by AMD's semi-custom ARM is being made using the same manufacturing process as the Ryzen and Navi CPUs and GPUs. News of the PS5 shortages comes in advance of the big announcement expected this Thursday morning, which is expected to finally reveal the launch date and pricing for the new console. Reduced supply could deal blow to Sony in what promises to be a very competitive console generation, particularly after Microsoft announced surprisingly aggressive pricing for the new Xbox Series S XS models last week. I don't really care. I don't know yet. I don't know. We get burnt every time we buy a console when it first comes out. We always get burnt. Going back to when I was a kid, I bought a Sega CD. Remember the Sega CD? Yeah, I saved up, I bought a Sega CD, and it was a huge disappointment. And then I sold it to a friend of mine. And then after I sold it to the friend of mine, Sonic CD finally came out and Lunar finally came out, and those are the games I bought it for. But at that point, I'd already moved on to Super NES, so whatever. The PS5 is currently expected to be released sometime in November, which matches up with when the PS4 was released in 2013. True story. Our PS4, it's a white PS4. It came with Destiny 2, and we won it from Taco Bell. I am not kidding. Geeky actually won the PS4 that we actually do gaming live streams on from Taco Bell. back in 2013, 2014. The console will support 8K gaming, ray tracing, and VR. It'll also use a new DualSense controller, blah, 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 blah. If you can get one. If you can get one. But this is every new console, right? So I'm predicting that the thing's going to sell for like thousands of dollars on eBay if you can get them, and people are going to scalp them. And I hope they do something to make sure that doesn't happen. But who the hell knows? Who knows? So let's talk about The Last of Us Part 2. This is hilarious. You know what else is hilarious? Breath of the Wild outsold The Last of Us Part 2 in August. It's already run its course. It's over. It might have sold well initially, but it's over. People don't care about this game. They don't care. This is coming from Explica.co. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is one of the most important games in recent years, and it has definitely been boosted in the market by the overwhelming success of the Switch. All right, so they talk about the top 10 best-selling games in August. We got Madden, UFC, Call of Duty, Ghost of Tsushima, Animal Crossing, Ring Fit Adventure. I still don't get Ring Fit Adventure. Mario Kart 8, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Paper Mario, and Mortal Kombat 11, which Mortal Kombat 11 is still holding on there. Now, what's interesting is that Breath of the Wild is in number 11, okay? But it surpassed The Last of Us Part 2, one of the most anticipated games of the generation, showing two faces of the console exclusivities. This is an awkward article. So it's actually broken records, I guess. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was the 6th best-selling game on the Switch in August, a platform that has 5 games in the top 10. But the best thing is that thanks to its sales, Link's most recent breakthrough has placed The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild as the 10th best-selling Nintendo game in the US in history, standing as a testament to a great work that has gained critical and market recognition, and it still continues to sell. It's outselling The Last of Us Part 2. I think a lot of things are outselling The Last of Us Part 2. In fact, The Last of Us Part 2 was on sale already. This usually doesn't happen, I don't think, with AAA titles this soon after release, but it was actually on sale at GameStop. They had a Labor Day sale. It was on sale. Let's see, they had an Essential Picks sale. On PlayStation Network, it was also on sale. Now, speaking of GameStop, maybe it's because they have too many copies of The Last of Us Part 2, but GameStop is going to close up to 450 stores. So if you're going to GameStop to get your PS5 that you hope you can find, good luck with that. Because originally they were only going to shutter 320 locations. Now they're talking 450 stores. They said their hardware and accessory sales declined by 20% during the second quarter. People couldn't find Switches. That might have been part of it. Software sales were down 31% for the quarter because they're just playing old games, right? Despite booming sales from the popular games Animal Crossing and The Last of Us 2. Well, again, if they got this many copies of The Last of Us Part 2 sitting there, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So I'm going to wrap this one up. It is going to be an interesting console generation for sure. The console wars are going to be very, very interesting, I think, going into the next generation. I have to wonder if this is going to be like the last generation of physical media too. I don't know. I'm getting that feeling. And if that's the case, then GameStop's not going to be around for much longer anyway. All right. So I'm going to wrap this up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.